Hey there everybody, it's Rick Kitzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. You know, I've been shooting airguns for a lot of years now. I've been testing everything from small bore to big bore, and I can have a great appreciation for good engineering. When companies make something that hits their marketing spec, all of these things, you can just appreciate those guns. But it does take a lot to impress me. Well, color me impressed. This thing's got my attention. Let's get into it. So before we get started, I definitely want to say thank you to Pyramid Air for sponsoring Airgunweb in these videos. You know, they've been a sponsor for many, many years, and they carry everything from pellets to compressors to all the accessories you need to make your airgun work the way you want it to work, and they have some great airguns too, and this is one of them. This is the new Bulldog, Benjamin Bulldog in 457, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. If I missed some data that you're looking for, be sure to check out the video description. Links to the products will be down there, and they have some more technical data like, I don't know, you know, weight down to the ounce and all that kind of stuff, and they'll have that right on the product page. So if there's something I've missed you're looking for, be sure to check it out, www.pyramidair.com. Again, links down the video description. You jump right to this product and learn more about it there. So the Bulldog has been around for a while, the 35 cal. It has been a favorite amongst folks because it's super compact, lightweight, it's reliable, it shoots well, it's accurate, it produces decent power, but 35 is a little small. When you want to start taking larger game, you want to go to 45, you want to go to 50, and really 45, as far as I'm concerned, is like the sweet spot with air guns, because it's got enough weight and mass to be very close to 50 in the sense of the weight of the bullet. But I don't know, the smaller diameter gives it a little bit more penetration if that's what you're looking for. And then you have tons of different ammo choices. So between those various, those various points, I really like 457. That's sort of my favorite go-to. 50 is super popular, and I get that, but 457 I think is very, very practical. Now, with this gun, they've done some interesting things. So first of all, we're dealing with a bullpup. So we've got barrel from here to somewhere in here. So that's a good size barrel. And we're gonna get to power here in a minute. And that's the part that's impressed me, that and its, ease of accuracy and so forth. We'll get to that here in a minute. But you've got barrel, because it's a bullpup. Trigger is pretty decent. Trigger pulls like 1 pound, 6 ounces, which is really, really good and very consistent. Noise, it has a, I think they've called it a just like an air chamber, so there's no baffles up in here, and it's loud, guys. They're 121 dB, so it's loud. Now they did thread this, so you can put a moderator on here if it's something you want to do, and those exact threads, like M18, I think, that's on the paperwork there on the product description. Now the 35 has a 5-shot magazine. This has a 3-shot sort of gravity-fed magazine, and I'll put some B-roll in there so you guys can actually see how the pellet actually, or the bullet, cycles, and it's just gravity-fed. So if we were going to load this up, you'd simply take this little holder here. Now I'm using Hunter Supply. These are 295 hollow points. I would have normally wanted to run the 310s, but they were just barely too long. So you will want to kind of take a look and see what fits, what doesn't fit. Also, it says 3 shots. You're going to get 2 good shots with a 3rd spare. So it does hold 3 rounds. Where's my safety? It does hold 3 rounds, but it's 2 really accurate shots with a 3rd in reserve. So one of the things that I like this choice that they made here. So standard cylinder, it's not a carbon fiber bottle, and it doesn't fill to 4,500. They fill to 3,000. Now, why do I like that? Well, we're getting good power. We're getting enough power, and probably more than enough. And I'm saving that. Please bear with me till we get to that part, because when we shoot this, you're going to hear the power. But anyway, it's 3,000 PSI. You get 2 shots, and after 2 shots, you're sitting at around 2,300. If you take a 3rd, you definitely know a difference. But those first 2 shots are very, very good. Is there a drop? Yeah. Is it enough to matter at 50 yards? Not at all. You're still right on the money. So this is a 50-yard gun from a stand or from a rest, or if you're shooting over your corn pile or something like that, or hog hunting or deer hunting, if it's legal to do that. This thing is going to do that just all day. And the fact that you only need 3,000 PSI, which is the point of this little section here. If you have a little pony bottle, you can top this thing off and you don't have to have a compressor with you. So it's got a side lever cocking system here, right here. So it's cock, and we've got our bullets in here. What's kind of cool is they kind of just drop down and slide into place. It's kind of neat. Under here's where you fill it. There's a little black plastic cover, which I have in the shop. I just left it off for now. Under here you have the manual safety, which is cool. You have this nice long rail. So if you wanted to put flip up sights on this and run open sights, you certainly could. That would be an easy thing to do. And I think that's great that they've run the rail all the way out to the front here. There's no way to mount a bipod to this. There is a little bit of a swivel stud here. It's not really a swivel stud. There's a mounting point for a sling, but it won't take your typical sling mounted bipod attachment, unfortunately. I wish they'd just put a rail right here. That would have been great, because then I would have been using this rest here. Okay, so I guess we've talked basic features. I guess we could talk aesthetics for a minute. Personally, this is personal preference. I'm going to take off my objective reviewer hat and put on my subjective airgunner hat. This is one of the butt ugliest air guns I've ever seen. And I'll tell you what I tell folks that ask me about such things. And it's what I've told myself. When I'm shooting the gun, I ain't looking at it. I'm looking down the scope. So in the reality of it, if it does what I need it to do, and it does so reliably, it does so accurately, I really don't care what it looks like. So I put that hat off now, put back on the objective hat, and can get back to this. The build quality seems pretty good. I've had Bulldogs in the past. They've done well for me. So it is, if you want to take it apart and service it, that's a challenge. That's not just one screw and you're done. So if you're going to go that route with some of this, be prepared to, spend some time if you're going to take it apart, put it back together, kind of a thing. I guess really, let's go ahead and do some shooting. I've got my FX chronograph here. I'll put the data in, and then I'll set up my target cam, and we'll see what kind of groups we can get at 50 yards. So I'm going to aim top left. I'm going to pull it in tight and really try and hold on to the gun here. And it is loud.
793.
Okay, so 793 puts our first shot at 412 foot-pounds. Okay, so I've shot a lot of mag-fed guns, big bore guns, and they're all in the 200 and some change. The Dragon Claws, 230 and some change. We're talking over 400 here, and that's what got my attention. So when you're pushing 400 foot-pounds, you can take whatever you want. I mean, I know that there are a lot of guns that are 600, 800, 12, 1500, whatever they're doing these days. There's some big monster airguns out there. Just like there's big monster firearms. You don't need a 700 nitro to take out a whitetail. So, you can pick something that's practical for you. This, to me, is extremely practical. Let's take another shot. Let's just see where we stack up. On that last one, I went a little right. Let's see where I go with this one. Okay, so almost touch it. Okay, so I could maybe come a little bit left with my scope. So I'm going to go top this off, and we'll shoot another group. But this is why I'm impressed with this gun. Out of the box, it just drilled it, and you don't always get that with big bores. Not at this power level. This is something special. I have to say I'm super impressed so far. I'm going to top this off because, like I said, you get 2 shots. The third shot's not going to be accurate. So when we go top this off, we'll take another 2 shots, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Be right back. Just realized we didn't get our second shot number, so we're going to have to make sure we get it this time. So let me get a new string here and make sure we're connected. All right. Yeah, we're on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab just another one. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see if we can get both shots on the Chrony here. let's see. I'm going to go to the right. Okay. And again, I got to pull it into the shoulder. Hold it as secure as you can hold it. And that's what I found works pretty good. All right, now I am going to just kick it to the left just a couple clicks. All right. All right, here we go. Do wish it fit better in this stand, but it's all right. Okay, here we are. So 798, 417. Now the first was like 412. So that's two very consistent, good first shots. Let's see if we get the second shot here. Hopefully it'll capture it this time. If this doesn't work, I'll run it over my other Chrony and I'll put the numbers down here below. Just sometimes this gets it. Most of the time it does, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll do the best we can here. All right, so we're right there on it. If that was anything I was trying to kill, it would be dead. All right, here we are. Second shot.
779.
Okay, there it is. We got it too. So this is why I was so impressed. Okay, so 3,000 psi, 2 shots. The spread was only 19 feet per second. So, and the target of maybe 1.25 inches center to center. I don't know. It wasn't quite as tight as the first time through, but it's still dead. I mean, if I had to take a second shot on something, accuracy is not going to be a problem. Power, let's see what we got. The second shot was 398 foot-pounds. So first one was over 400. The next one was just under 400. I mean, in the big picture of things, that's impressive. We're talking about an air gun here that is just over 36 inches long, that's not that heavy, that is already set up for you to sling it. You can take this into the woods, get up into your stand, and you'd be spot on. I have to say, I am very impressed with what they've done here. I wasn't sure when I first saw it come out and I asked to review it, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. Because again, my personal opinion, it's just hideous to look at. But when I'm shooting it or I'm hunting with it, I ain't looking at it. I'm looking at my game. And this thing will put lead on target. So I'm just super impressed. So if you want to know more about anything we have here, whether it's this Frontier scope, which is awesome, the ammo, the Bulldog, the FX Chrony, all of that stuff, I have links to all these products down in the video description. And definitely check them out, pyramidair.com. They have, I think, pretty much everything you see here. They've got it on their website. So that's going to do it. My name's Rick Utzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews, and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks for watching.